Good evening, and welcome to Wrassle. Myself, Pete the Metalhead, and my ever-lovely co-host.
I am Groot. Nah, L4DarkVampRaven. And I've got a bloody advertisement on my fucking Skype, but I can't go to that. Anyway, hello, welcome to, WrestleCast pay-per-view, whatever we're calling it now, I can't even remember. It's time of the week again, time of the month, sorry, obviously we're not women. But SummerSlam, they call it the hottest, very hot event of the year, and it was actually a really good event. So we shall be, reviewing SummerSlam, and probably, in my eyes, it was probably the best pay-per-view of the year. So, yeah, there we go. So, yeah, if you want to...
Certainly. I'd just like to throw in my 2 cents as well. Personally, for me, it was the second best pay-per-view of the year, the first one being WrestleMania.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, I guess. Oh, yeah, actually. Oh, yeah, I was thinking WrestleMania last year was not this year, but it's in April, isn't it? So it'll be this year. Oh, okay.
It does feel like about a year ago since it happened, doesn't it?
Oh, it really does, doesn't it, man? Yeah, it really fucking does. Okay, yeah, WrestleMania, then that, yeah. So we'll jump into it. What we usually do is do Raws and SmackDowns leading up to SummerSlam. I've just moved, so unfortunately I've had no internet for a while, so there's going to be no Raw and SmackDown build-ups to anything. This is just going to be literally jumping straight in with the thing. But to be fair on how good the pay-per-view was, we've probably got quite a lot to say about this. So
yes.
If you want to take it off with the pre-show, because...
one of us has the network and one of us doesn't, don't they, Raven?
Yes, one of us is waiting to the 1st of October, so there we go.
I know, but it's easy for English fans to do it. All they need to get is a VPN and they're sorted, pay with PayPal.
Yeah, careful, dude, we don't have this taken down. Anyway.
Hey, speaking of which, did you know, I've just told you I can get it with a VPN. Did I also tell you can get it for $9.99?
Yes, $9.99, just $9.99, man, oh my god. Means we need to get it, only $9.99.
I shall stop being a pillock, and we'll start off with the pre-show match, which is kind of a strange one, because the pre-show matches the last several pay-per-views have just been either El Torito versus Hornswoggle, or just absolute low-carders, doing whatever. Matches that literally lasted less than 3 minutes. This one,
to be fair, the Wii TLC match was actually kind of good.
It was entertaining. Don't get me wrong. I just meant
definitely.
The caliber of the wrestler they put on is different, because this one was RVD versus Cesaro, and
good opener.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. I didn't see it, so.
Well, it was an okay opening match. It wasn't fantastic. Definitely wasn't boring. It was a nice way to just set the tone and whatnot. RVD doing his usual rigmarole of moves, rolling thunder, 5-star frog splash, etc., etc. Cesaro didn't use the swing again, but as dirt sheets have said, upper management's told him not to use the swing anymore, which is annoying, But
really, why?
Because they don't want him getting over with the crowd. So.
Oh, okay. So,
of course, that's also dirt sheet stuff. So
no, I mean,
it's 50-50 whether it's true or not.
No, dude, no, I don't. I think that might be a dirt sheet that's kind of true, because to be fair, Cesaro hasn't done the swing in months, properly, and Michael Cole hasn't referred to him as the king of swing anymore. So maybe they're saving it for when he turns face or something. I don't know. That might be right, That might actually be truth telling. So there we go.
But basic match. Nice start to the SummerSlam, and RVD ends up winning with a 5-star frog splash. And,
wow.
That's all I got to say about it. I mean, like I say, it was just a standard match. Nice little thing.
Yeah. I mean,
spectacular to it. And
these are pre-show, so they're not exactly going to be, oh my god, 5-star, whatever, 5-star.
Well, they did 5-star frog splash.
Oh yeah, I know. You know what I mean. It's not going to be, it's not just going to. It's going to be a B+ match, So there we go. But yeah. So, it's surprising how RVD went over Cesaro, really, because, Cesaro's building up his fair share of losses, and obviously, what the pre-show match you would have thought Cesaro would have gone over, but I don't really know what they're doing with him, really, at the moment, so...
It was annoying, because at WrestleMania, they set him up to look like they were going to give him a big fuck-off push, and then just, as soon as he loses that IC championship tournament, fuck off. As soon as Lesnar's back on the scene as well, fuck off,
Yeah. He's like most ones, really, just you get up that slide, but instead of enjoying the way down, it's not a water slide, it's actually thumbtacks, there we go. There we go. Not a bad one. I didn't see it. I can probably watch it at some point. It's probably on YouTube. But as good as pre-shows go, it probably was actually interesting to watch considering what they usually are. So yeah, Christ knows what Night of Champions one's going to be. So yeah. Right, before we actually get into this, I do want to say one thing. The only bad thing, and I don't have a bad thing really to say about SummerSlam except for one match, and you could probably guess what it is. It did not have a tag team title match at all this SummerSlam, which I was kind of pissed off about. It was not only because the Wyatts and the Usos just the best thing since sliced bread, or whoever invented this chair. I would have liked to have seen the Usos take the Wyatts win the titles. I don't know if they're saving that or whatever. I don't know. I just want the Wyatts to kind of take the belts, but I don't know if they're going to or not. But there we go. So there was no tag team title, which. As Emerald. Yeah, so there was no tag team titles, which kind of sucked because 3 titles changed hands. So that's what I want to say. So let's go right into the first match, which was Miz versus Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental title, or should I say Dolph Ziggler versus the Moneymaker, the Moneymaker man, and these weird kind of white coats that he's been wearing coming out to the ring. I don't know if they've got a name for it. They probably have. They probably haven't. I don't know. So this was a good match just to kick it off. Pretty good. Again, great solid work from both people. Miz and Dolph Ziggler still working very well. I don't really know how long this match was. How long was this match?
I can look it up for you, but surely give me 1 second.
I thought some of these matches...
Just under 8 minutes.
Just under 8 minutes, yeah. So it was short-ish for an opener, but I suppose as an opener, you're not exactly going to get bang on, loads of, obviously a 10-minute class, 10-minute match is got. And the best thing about this is obviously Dolph Ziggler winning. Dolph Ziggler won the Intercontinental title, and my God, I went fucking crazy. I didn't watch it live, unfortunately. Couldn't watch it live due to something in the morning, but when we did watch it back, it was just like, oh my God, WWE are finally giving Dolph Ziggler something. It's like, do you want this Ziggler? It's a title. It's something you've been lacking, you haven't got this for a while. Enjoy it, hopefully your fans will enjoy it, it's it's just good to see Dolph Ziggler win because he's a good worker, amazing talent, it's just finally good to see him go over. I didn't think he'd go over because the Miz just won the title, but there we go, so I think it's good. Do you think it's good?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
In a sense of I was very glad Ziggler finally won something, it was rather upsetting at Battleground. They do that classic thing where he manages to just defeat Sheamus and then right at the very end comes and fucks him over for it, which really sucked. But
Yeah, unfortunately it did. And that's another thing, actually. There was no US title defended either at this pay-per-view. But then again, who the fuck even cares anymore? Sheamus, it's come to a point now where I've forgotten twice that Sheamus was the United States champion because he makes no much of an impression. Good wrestler, I would admit. I'm not going to just sit here, literally sit here and slag Sheamus off because he is actually a decent wrestler. He does actually do a good gimmick, but it's just like, there's no point of that belt being on that man. They might as well just kill it, scrap it, give it to El Torito. It would have more meaning. In fact, give the US title to Jack Swagger. He's doing that whole, I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah, that's what I said a few months back. They should basically have Rusev win the US title, and then the culmination of the feud could be Jack Swagger winning the US title away from the Russian.
Yeah, Rusev winning the US title would be horrible. We'd probably call it the Russia title, the Mother Russia title. But I don't think they really you can call it that anymore. But yeah, it would be horrible. But yeah, I think they should put that title on Swagger. I mean, obviously he's had quite a losses, and Bo Dallas came out and said, well, don't feel bad that you've let everyone down, all you have to do is Bo leave, and everything like that. But, actually, sorry, I forgot saying it, before SummerSlam started, Hulk Hogan actually came out and cut a 6-second promo and then walked off. Did you obviously, I don't know if you remember that. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember that. 6 seconds. It felt more like a fucking hour.
Yeah, well, it was short as fuck, but I think, I'm not completely sure it was 6 seconds, but I mean, he just came out. I don't even know what the point of that was. He didn't really have a point. He just chatted some shit and then walked off.
Because he's plugging the network, that's why.
Oh, was that what he was plugging? I didn't really take it. Oh, okay. So that was the way it started.
All he went on about for for me, what felt like 15 bloody minutes is hey, you can watch all these classic SummerSlams on the network, brother. And hey, did you know it's $9.99, brother? Take your vitamins, brother. I was like, oh, fuck off, Hogan, please. Oh, have you heard that fucking horrible, I'm not sure if it's a rumour or it's confirmed fact, I think it's confirmed fact. Hogan has said he's apparently training for one final match.
Really?
Yeah.
I reckon it might be against Brock Lesnar, because I've been...
I
know, you laugh, but Brock and Hogan did face off back in 2003. No, because apparently, again we're going off topic here, what we usually do, but apparently on Raw, when they had Hogan's birthday party, again, dirt sheets alert, apparently Brock Lesnar saying birthdays over grandpa wasn't scripted. Apparently that was him doing that by himself, apparently, and then Hogan did an interview recently, he said, back off Lesnar, I've not done anything to you, you shouldn't do anything to me. So I don't know if that's true or false, I don't know. So we get that.
I read that too as well.
You've read that too as well, yeah, see, exactly. So I don't know, and then we get Hogan possibly training for one more match, If it was against Brock Lesnar, that would probably be just the most pointless thing ever, since, John Cena actually beating Brock Lesnar at Extreme Rules, you know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah. So, no, really, I just hope they're not doing that. But I don't know if that was kayfabe or not, whether, he legitimately pissed Hogan off, or whether it was just like WWE trying to stir the pot a little bit between these two. Because sometimes they like to think, oh yeah, these things aren't storyline, these things are real, this really happens. Like, it doesn't. It just doesn't. So,
it's funny that, Hogan getting pissed off. It's like, for Brock Lesnar calling him old, which...
Yeah.
I hate to admit it to you, Hogan. You are. I don't mean that nastily. You are, in a literal aspect, you are old.
Well, he didn't. Did he say old? He said birthday's over grandpa. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. He's insulting him for being old. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I guess so. But I mean, what is Hogan? What? He's got to be in his 60s, surely, right? Got to be.
Oh, yeah, 61, yeah.
61, yeah. I wouldn't actually call that old, but but there we go. First people have opinions, So there we go.
I think Kevin Nash stepped in to defend him, but then he tore his quad in the process.
Yeah, it was like, I want to defend. Oh no, you're going down. Never mind. There's so many memes about that. There really is so many. You probably got some of them saved. So anyway, let's go back to the match. Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. The ending of this was actually fantastic. The ending of this match was just brilliant, because Miz was working on the figure 4 due to Dolph Ziggler's knee. Dolph Ziggler's got these quote marks weak knee apparently over Raw, and people being aiming towards Ziggler's knee and that. And so some brutal super kicks got hit in. I'm just reading this now. Ziggler comes back, hits by the Flame Master, but obviously the Miz locks in the skull crushing finale. As soon as he gets up from the Flame Master, hits the skull crushing finale. Immediately, but Ziggler kicked out. I was like, oh my god, he kicked out the skull crushing finale. He hit it after a Flame Master, and the Miz's face was like, my God, King, he just kicked out, The Miz goes for the running kick, Ziggler does, bounce off the rope, zigzag hits, new Intercontinental Champion. And the notes here say, at last, at fucking last. So, because I'm just happy about it. I'm a Ziggler guy, I'm a Dolph Ziggler guy, I've always been a Dolph Ziggler guy, even a little bit when he was in the Spirit Squad, because I knew he had potential. He had potential then, he's got potential now. So I've just always been a big fan of it. It's a shame that he's never got a cut, he got that world title push for a couple of weeks and that was it. Then Swagger injured him and he went back and he was going to have another title shot and he got injured again, I think, by Swagger again, and he just can't catch a break sometimes, He is quite concussion prone, so there we go. And if you heard a little in the background, that was my wife. That was Michelle. Don't know if you heard that or not. She's playing Minecraft, so yeah. So we move on to the next match. So yeah, good match, good solid opener. New Intercontinental Champion. Very happy with the results. I'm sure you are as well, and I'm sure many other Dolph Ziggler fans out there are well. So
well, I'd like to say that, but I'm afraid I've got some bad news. Because me and my friend, who were watching SummerSlam, we decided to put some bets on.
Oh, yes, you actually texted me saying you was unhappy because you lost some money or something.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a lot, but his website was doing a deal. You put in 10 quid, and they give you 4 £5 bets for free, so...
yeah.
Are we doing this thing called an accumulator? I don't know what the fuck it all means, but basically, you put a bet on each single match of the night.
Yeah.
And the person you choose has to win this match and that match. It's kind of like when you do it with football, it's like, right... This person has to score that goal. Kind of like that.
It's probably easier with wrestlers, isn't it?
So we both signed up for the site, so we got about 40 quid's worth of fucking free bets. And we were just putting it. because you put them all together, right, the matches, and the odds just go like insane. You put £5 on, and you get some of them like get 70 quid, 100 quid. Some of them, one of them was like 700 quid.
Fucking hell, really?
Yeah, because it was like it was a really weird combination. Like it's like if Ziggler wins, then AJ Lee loses, then Swagger wins, then something like that. Because there's so many goddamn variables. So we had so with our 2 initial bets on, and then the 8 £5 bets. So we had about like 10 of these accumulators, all different fucking combinations. Unfortunately, my friend stupidly chose to do most of the accumulators with fucking The Miz winning. So about 80% of them were off straight away from the first match. But luckily, not the £700 one. But
luckily, not £700. What was the £700 one on? Did you?
I can't remember. Like I said, it was all various combinations.
Combinations. Do you know what? I'll give credit to you, mate. And I don't know if he listens to these podcasts or not, but if he does, then whoever you are, I will give credit to you because at the end of the day, he probably knows the fact that they knew. I mean, Ziggler, WWE make Ziggler win the title, especially this close after The Miz winning the title back, was probably not going to happen. So, I give him credit where credit's due, I mean? Like, it's Ziggler, WWE don't treat him that well. The Miz has only won the title for 2 weeks, he's only just got it back. What was the chance of Ziggler was actually going to grab the belt, There wasn't a high chance, was there? So whoever you are, mate, or whoever you are, I give credit to you. It's just a shame it didn't come out. It actually had a better outcome, to be honest, so there we go.
True.
So, there we go.
But it was only a few quid lost anyway, so it wasn't like a big deal. It was, well, the potential outcomes could have been really good, but we didn't put that much money to it ourselves,
I can guarantee there was a lot of bets on, but I can guarantee a lot of people bought Brock Lesnar to win. I can guarantee there was quite a high stake for that. So
I really wanted Brock Lesnar to win, but I didn't know if he was going to,
Yeah, I love it. That's the part. This is one of WWE. Sometimes they really do surprise you. They really do. So anyway, it's moving on to Pete the Metal down a few pennies down. We move on to Paige versus AJ Lee. Now, Michelle, my wife, wasn't happy with the result of this match. I was. Really? Paige obviously won the match, won it back, and here's why I think why. Now,
I think you need to discipline your wife, sir.
I do. I need to. Let me hear. I'm not going to discipline her. Not yet, anyway. But here's why I think why. I didn't actually hit her. I said, I was hoping to make it come through, but it didn't. So here's why I think why. The reason I think it was a good thing win is, one, because obviously WWE are going down the road of having, obviously, divas as champions. They've done that for a while. I mean, you can have a look that AJ was heel champion before Paige took it, and now... So it was. I thought it was a good thing that Paige won. She got over. I thought it was a good thing, and before we had technical issues just there again. We always nearly have technical issues. Dirt sheet alert. Apparently, AJ Lee is apparently thinking of putting in the towel sooner rather than later. Apparently, I don't know if you've read this. So she read that people think that she might be. She's not in it for the long haul, according to JR. So I don't know if them dropping it to Paige was that for that exact reason, or maybe because they wanted Paige to be a longer champion. Because obviously AJ Lee was the longest reigning champion anyway before Paige beat her, then beat it back, and then beat her again. So it's a bit weird.
Excuse me, sir. I think you'll find the Fabulous Moolah was the longest reigning women's champion. At 22 years.
Current one. No.
You mean the Divas Championship, not
Divas Championship, not Women's Championship. Yeah. Fabulous Moolah would be the women's one. Yeah. So don't you excuse me, sir. Excuse you, sir. So the match was actually pretty good. The match was a little bit better than the one at the pay-per-view. I can't remember. It was sort of Battleground. Obviously we did a review on that. So it was good. And we had some more hair pulling out. If you watched Raw SmackDown before, you'll see that AJ Lee managed to pull Ava Marie's hair out, which no one cares because obviously her hair is just fucking fake anyway. And I think, AJ pulled some Paige hair out, or Paige pulled some AJ hair out. So I think, she pulled some Paige hair out. So I don't know if they're all wearing extensions in these matches, which I think is just stupid because you're having a match, or whether it was that false hair that was put there for the effect. I'm not really too sure what was going on with that. So obviously, match starts, AJ just goes crazy on Paige, because she pushed her off the Titans on SmackDown, she's been attacking her, she's been doing all these sorts of hell torment, and now AJ's just getting the thing back now on Raw, skipping around the ring. Eva Marie actually has beaten the champion. I think she actually beat Paige because of that, and so has Natalia. Natalia has won twice now because of that, so there we go. So, Paige has a shame later. Paige has changed to AJ later on. Paige starts to get the upper hand. AJ jumps onto Paige. Paige jumps onto AJ from the top rope. It wasn't actually a bad one. This match wasn't actually. Then hits the Shining Wizard, but Paige kicks out, which was weird considering that was AJ's finisher at one point. Match goes on. AJ hits the Black Widow. Paige counters into the what I thought is quite a very vicious move. I can't remember what Michael Cole says she calls it, but what I call it is how much emerald are you going to find? Damn. It's like the Paige. I don't know. It's like a DDT drop, isn't it? You put them up onto your legs, and you fall back on your head. Michael Cole says, she calls that the something under something, but yeah, I call it a drop DDT, a very vicious drop DDT, and Paige gets the win, so, and also might add that Paige is wearing very lovely attire at this pay-per-view, the red attire, and when she crawled across the ring on Raw, so I really loud, so, but it was good attire, so yeah, so, what do you think? Same old Divas match, a little bit better than Battlegrounds?
Oh yeah,
it's Battlegrounds?
Better than Battlegrounds, and certainly a shitload better than the match later in the evening involving Divas.
Yeah, I mean, it says here, good move by WWE to drop the title to a heel, because obviously they're going with heel champion. What do you think? Good Paige on it back, or did you want to see AJ remain champion?
I know, definitely a big Paige match. That sounds wrong, Paige match. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It might be because she's British. She's really hope my fiance doesn't hear this. She's extremely attractive, and
she really is.
And now she's wearing my favourite colour, red. So it's just like win-win.
Definitely. I call it a bedroom red, because that's really what it is. And she's just turned 22 as well last week. It's hard to believe that. Last. Yeah.
Wait, what?
Wait, what? Exactly. Diamond. Yeah, so, it's hard to believe, though, that Paige is so young. I mean, you look at her and think, she's got to be in her 20s, but she at least looks about 25 minimum, but so she turns 22, yeah. So, anyway, moving on. So what was a match that will probably happen at Night of Champions? I don't know. I'm assuming it will, or maybe it won't. I'm not really too sure. So, so that was two good matches. So we see two matches over the first... What? How long was that Paige match? Sorry, was it about 6 minutes?
Yeah, just about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. So the first 20-ish minutes we've seen, two titles have changed hands already. In my opinion, for the better, really. Definitely for the Paige sense, obviously for the heel champion. It was only one, that sucked. And obviously for the point of, Ziggler, I'm just a huge Ziggler mark, that's something wrong as well. So there we go. Moving on, we move on to what was probably the worst match of the pay-per-view. Now, the reason it was the worst match of the pay-per-view wasn't because, it's Swagger and Rusev. Rusev's clearly going to go over. Rusev's going to go Rusev crush, Rusev like the Hulk, and win. The match wasn't actually too bad. It wasn't the match itself which made the match bad. It was the idea of a flag match. Now, when you thought flag match, and I can't remember if we talked about this before the match got set up. No, we wouldn't have done, actually, because we would have talked about Raw and SmackDown before the pay-per-view, and we didn't do that. Yeah. So they made it a flag match on SmackDown. Now, when you think flag match, I thought it was going to be flags on all turnbuckles, on all corners. The first one to pull their flag down would win. And I thought, okay, this is going to be an easy way for Swagger to finally get the victory over Rusev, but not a pin victory. So technically speaking, Rusev is undefeated. I thought, okay, yeah, that's obviously what it's going to be. And was it? Fuck no, it wasn't. It was not that. Not only did Swagger lose, again, which I don't think he should have, I'm sorry, I'm not a huge Swagger fan, I think the boy needs to go back to wrestling school sometimes, but two, they didn't even fucking explain what a flag match was. They didn't explain that when the winner wins, they have their flag and national anthem played afterwards. At what point was that mentioned?
And also, at what point was that considered a good idea as well?
Yeah,
exactly. The way you explained it sounded like a fucking really good idea.
No, I didn't think. I'm sorry. No. Well, I wasn't considering. It was a good idea in the point to get Swagger over Rusev at a win. That's what I thought it was a good idea. I'm not saying that flag matches are great, because they're not.
Oh, no,
not really that good.
I just meant, like, compared to what we got, the one you explained was a way better idea than what we actually got.
Yeah. On the pole match, should have definitely been it, because I would have liked to Swagger gone over. Oh yeah, but the Russian is still undefeated via pinfall. Would have been a much better way. I'm sorry, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. So there we go. So most of the match is set on Swagger just goes over the ankle, goes to the ankle of Rusev, sorry. Obviously, and he goes for the ribs. It's back and forth powerhouse maneuvers and shit like that. Swagger gets the Patriot lot in, which you clearly think, okay, he's got the win, but no, Rusev gets out of it, hits his finish on Swagger, but so the match doesn't really end realistically. Swagger passed out apparently, so he didn't tap out. Yeah. So I'm assuming we didn't really have a winner, regardless whether Rusev got the win anyway. So he didn't exactly beat, Swagger realistically. He passed out, but still, I don't know if that's counted in the record books as a pin. It's probably not. So, but there we go. So what did you think?
Definitely have to agree with you. Worst match of the evening, not necessarily a terrible match, just
it
was just the fact that it was just what the fuck the concept wasn't explained or barely explained.
No, it wasn't. It was not explained. It would have thought, I'm loudmouth. I could mention the WWE app more than 5 times in an episode of Raw. Michael Cole could have actually, said something, but he didn't say anything. I was very confused when the match started. There was no flags or anything. So I thought, okay, so all this is just going to be a singles match, and there's going to be no flags involved. So well, this is fucking great, So there we go.
I was quite surprised as well that Swagger didn't win either, not because of the thing, but the whole build up, like the whole angle of USA versus Russia.
USA versus America.
This is not the first time they've had that at SummerSlam. Well, it wasn't Russia, but I recalled Undertaker versus Test in 2002. Undertaker had just come back from being a heel again, and he's all face again. He rides in the ring with an American flag, and Test was all like
he's
Canadian.
Part of the un-Americans, wasn't he?
Yeah, I figured that it was just another type of that thing, just so fucking swag away the flag at the end, and everyone's like, yay,
Yeah,
but they didn't even do that, which was surprising, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. It did raise a few questions. On the Rock's face, raised a few eyebrows. So it's obviously clear that WWE are still high on Rusev. They still want him to go over. They still want him undefeated. I don't blame them. I mean, he is a good wrestler. He is I don't really agree with the whole, putting over the whole Russian thing so strongly. I don't really agree with that. But I'm hopeful that will die down in a couple of months anyway. So yeah. Oh, excuse me, I just burped in my mouth. Okay, so moving on. We're going to move on to the fourth match of Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. Now, I'm going to let you take lead on this one, but before I do, I'm going to say one thing. WWE did well on this match to make because I thought when they first announced that it was going to be Seth and Dean lumberjack match, I thought, well, that's just fucking shit. First of all, not only are lumberjack matches probably the worst match that could ever grace pro wrestling, but two, you're having two extremely good wrestlers that didn't have a match at Battleground are now going into just a lumberjack match. It's just ridiculous. It should have been a last man standing, probably would have been better, or anything. But I'll give credit where credit's due. WWE did actually pull this off. It was quite humorous, this was. It was actually not a bad match at all. It wasn't the best, but yeah, they did it off, so well done WWE. Yeah, there you go. There's a clap from one of the WWE universe of actually pulling off an okay match, that it wasn't too bad. So, right, so you can go into this one.
Oh, really? Thank you very much, sir. So yeah, well, the lead up to it was was quite humorous as well, because the last Raw before SummerSlam, they had Hulk Hogan's birthday, and they had like giant presents set up. Rollins wins a match, and he's like looking at it. It's like starts shaking the box, like nah, nobody's in there. He walks off, and then all of a sudden, Dean Ambrose jumps out, twats him, like rotten. It was fucking hilarious. I mean, although it was annoying they didn't have the match at Battlegrounds, the vignettes they were doing after that were pretty hilarious. After they kicked Dean Ambrose out of the building, he just pops up from a fucking car boot. He was like, whoa.
No, it was. They did some good Battleground, and he throws the ice bucket over and goes, "What? It's for charity." And then if you watch closely, he throws the bucket, and it looks like he just genuinely hits Seth like straight on the nose. And I seen he throws it at him. So.
That was pretty fucking awesome. That was the Raw after, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Good Raw.
A good Raw. But the match. So it was. I wouldn't say a timeless classic, but it was a lot better than, as you said, the lumberjack match can be usually crap, but I thought it was entertaining enough because they had a mix, isn't it? It was like face and heels. It also explains why there was no fucking US or bloody tag team title matches because they're all bloody lumberjacks on the outside.
Yeah, that's true. And to be fair, they probably didn't have time to fit the tag team in that anyway. So there we go.
What was it? It was pretty cool though. Damien Sandow actually dressed as a lumberjack.
Oh, was that what he was actually? He was actually dressed as a lumberjack.
My mate was calling that all day. It's like, oh, Sandow, he's going to be one of the lumberjacks. And he's going to be dressed as a lumberjack, and then
because he's been doing it. Yeah,
and he was spot on. But yeah, it was a good hell of a good match. It was just hilarious. They managed to get out of the ring, and then they go fighting all the way in the middle of the crowd, and then all the lumberjacks are chasing them up there to get them back to the ring and shit.
It was. I will, like I said before, I will give credit where credit's due because WWE did that. It was quite humorous. It literally was quite literally humorous, and we had the lumberjacks playing a big part. I mean, obviously the match starts off, Dean's they're just going at it, they're just fisticuffs, it's just like, oh, we've been wanting to go at each other, for so long, Seth will throw Dean out there, they throw him back in, then Dean will throw Seth out there, and they throw him back in. It got to the point where it did end up outside the ring, outside, and all the lumberjacks getting involved. Dean Ambrose runs across 2 commentating tables and jumps onto Seth Rollins, and they go up the ring, up into the entrance. What was even more fun is Kane comes down and says, "Go and get them! Come and bloody get them!" It's just like, I was like, what the hell? And I thought, well, Kane's going to come down in a minute, and he actually did. So, yeah, and then they go back, and what was great, they carry Seth Rollins, and then Dean Ambrose jumps on all the lumberjacks onto Seth Rollins. I think that this type of match was not needed for these two wrestlers. They're both amazing wrestlers. They could probably hold one of the best matches. They could probably hold up easy to CM Punk and Daniel Bryan match at Monday Night 2012 or 13, whatever one it was. But still, I didn't think this match caliber was really what it should have been. The wrong match type, but WWE did give it off. I will give credit where credit's due, like I said before, and it was okay. It was an okay match. And of course, many people so unhappy that Dean Ambrose didn't go over. It's clearly obvious to me why Dean Ambrose didn't go over. It's clearly obvious. Seth Rollins is the Money in the Bank holder. He wins by using the briefcase on Seth Rollins, and then at the end they all get in the ring and have some massive Royal Rumble-like, Battle Royal-like manoeuvre. And then Kane gets involved as well by I think he ends up uppercutting Sandow, it was Goldust, sorry. Yeah. And then after that Seth hits him with a briefcase. So a dirty win as well. So it was a good match. It was an okay match. I would like to see a proper singles match though between these two. I don't. We're going to get a Night of Champions, and I don't know. Maybe those two might lead to actually being in a Hell in a Cell match. That would probably be good. That would be good. Knowing on WWE's logic of watering down Hell in a Cell matches now, probably wouldn't be the best thing ever. But yeah, just your fault there was thinking, ooh, yeah, that could be tasty. Yeah, it could be, and it probably would be. It might lead to that because obviously they're not going to have a match at Night of Champions because obviously there's no. It's obviously, I think it's champions only, and I think they're seeing one match without a belt in. I think they're slowly doing Rusev versus Mark Henry. I think they're slowly, obviously moving. If you saw Raw and Raw the week before that, SmackDown week before that, they're slowly moving towards Mark Henry versus Rusev now. And I don't know whether that will lead to a match at Night of Champions. I don't know. So, but yeah, overall, that was good, but the reason why Dean didn't win was because Seth is Money in the Bank champion and he needs to look strong. And that is the only reason why Dean Ambrose didn't go over. Dean Ambrose eventually will go over if they had a match at Hell in a Cell, and it was a Cell match, an all match. I can guarantee Dean will probably win there. Yeah. So yeah, there we go.
I don't think he'll be at Night. Well, apparently he'll be putting in an appearance at Night of Champions, but he won't be having a match or anything because he's busy filming a film now, isn't he?
Oh yeah, obviously, yeah. Oh yeah, that's true. Actually, yeah, they've took him out for a while. So I don't know if he'll be. I mean, Night of Champions is in Hell in a Cell was October time, so yeah. I should think he'll be finished that film. And then obviously, on Raw, he got his head curb stomped into cinder blocks and stuff, and apparently he's storyline he's refusing medical treatment, and WWE posts something on Facebook saying, "Where do you think Dean Ambrose is?" And most people saying at home filming a movie. And WWE, you can't fool the WWE universe. Most people know dirt sheets. They know he's going to have to film a movie called Lockdown. It's obvious, But I didn't even twig it. Till last minute. I think, wow, fuck, they've just smashed his face into concrete block. He's going to be out, and I thought, oh yeah, he's going to do Lockdown. SmackDown, isn't he? Shit, forgot about that. So we move on to the next match, the 5th match of the night, which was Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Now, I'm going to have a little bit of disappointment in my voice with this one, because, for one reason only, it was a much better match than their Battleground match. Much better match, I will say at least fucking 15 to 20% more better. But what I felt, it was a good match, and obviously the right person went over. Bray Wyatt won, which is clearly obvious, because obviously Jericho wins Battleground, Bray Wyatt wins SummerSlam, and also Jericho's fucking off literally next week anyway. He's going off in September, so chances are this is probably their last match. This would have been their last match, so I don't know. Now, I thought personally this match was pretty slow. I thought this match was going to be pure out adrenaline, Bray Wyatt, this is the Follow the Buzzards versus the Ayatollah Rock and Roller. This is at SummerSlam, they're going to make the match a lot better. The person who wrote the script is going to be like, but no, I just felt it was like, there wasn't really that boost of adrenaline like when you use it in Left 4 Dead 2 and then you kind of run forward. I just felt that it was a little bit slow. That might just be me. You might disagree. Michelle might disagree. Some guy called Tom might disagree. I don't know. I just felt it was a little bit slow. But I'm not saying it wasn't a good match.
Yeah. Well, although I mean, we should try and differ our opinions sometimes, but I have to agree with you wholeheartedly. I loved it. I thought it was a good match because finally fucking Bray Wyatt wins for once. Fuck me.
Kind of obviously was, but yeah. I mean, but even the best of wrestlers, even be pushed, sometimes have to lose. You know what I mean? So.
But there we go. But the build up to it, who gave a fuck really? They just didn't bother with it. I mean, obviously Jericho won 2 matches, so the rest of the Wyatts couldn't be at ringside. Alright, that's about it. There was one sit-down interview thing between the two, which was weird as fuck. Bray Wyatt was amazing at it, but it just felt weird and forced. Especially when Wyatt just gives this brilliant fucking, Heath Ledger Joker-esque kind of speech going on.
Yeah.
I don't mean anything what he said, like the Joker, but the way he said it, and then then Jericho just trying to be like, well, Wyatt, you know what I am going to do. I am going to beat you because it is what I am going to do. And it was just like, not that Jericho can cut by promo, but it's like putting him in the same room as Bray Wyatt.
Yeah,
Bray Wyatt just go his usual, just fucking manic self, and then Jericho trying to be like, I am a tough man. I am not scared of you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird, to see them sit down and have an interview, because, I mean, back in the day, Rock and Austin didn't sit down and have an interview when they were kicking each other's ass, you know what I mean?
Actually, no, they did. Just before WrestleMania 17.
Oh, I must have forgotten about that, so yeah, but, alright, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, did they ever sit down before their feud?
I don't know.
Probably not. But okay, I didn't forgot about that. It was a little bit weird, I would agree with you, that the build-up wasn't exactly that good coming to the match. It felt a little bit lazy. I'm glad. I'm not gonna try and sound. I feel bad saying this because I love the fact Chris Jericho came back, and I love the fact that he challenged Bray Wyatt, because apparently it was Chris Jericho's idea. He wanted to come back and do this. They talked it through Bray Wyatt or Rotunga, whatever the fuck he's called. And he said
Wyndham Rotunda.
Wyndham Rotunda, that's it. I was kind of right. I just missed the W out. Yeah, he spoke to Bo. And obviously they both agreed, and I mean they've had good matches. The match at SummerSlam was worth it. The match at Battleground was still good. It's still be good to see them love those two in the ring. I mean, it has been good promos work when they first come and they did the Sister Abigail on the stage, and when Jericho first finally came back and he got interrupted by the Wyatts. What pisses me off more, all Jericho is now going to do is, this is obviously going to be their last match, which sucks, because again seeing these two actually in the cell, Hell in the Cell would have been something nice, but we're not going to see it because Jericho's again fucking off in September, so it's just like, I'm getting kind of sick of this. I'm a massive Y2J fan, but it's like, come, go. It's just like, I sometimes wish that he wasn't in Fozzy, I sometimes wish that, as much as I like Fozzy, I wish sometimes they would stop fucking touring for like 2 years, and let Jericho properly come back to wrestling, because obviously he loves to wrestle and he loves his band, and it's a little bit hard on the fans sometimes to see him go. Just my opinion. So, So we see Bray Wyatt come out. He comes out in a really good entrance, and Chris Jericho obviously comes out in a different jacket as well. Bray Wyatt comes out with the whole butcher or the kind of brown apron, what he did, which he wore when he first did the ever promo, when he was in the rocking chair, he had the butcher thing on. And he comes out, I think he was in green trousers as well.
He was.
He was in... No, go on.
No, I'm just saying I made a note of that, because it was like at WrestleMania, he had the red trousers instead.
Yeah, red trousers was alright. Yeah, green trousers... Yeah, a little bit weird for green trousers, but there we go. I suppose pay-per-views, they have to change their attire up somehow or the other. But yeah, it was pretty cool, pretty nifty. The match itself, it was good. It was much better than Battleground. Battleground just felt that the whole match was in Chris Jericho's favour. That basically that Bray Wyatt dominated, code-breaker out of nowhere, and then he got the win. What I respected at SummerSlam was pretty much, a kick out of the code-breaker, a kick out Sister Abby. I wanted near-fall, non-stop adrenaline. I didn't feel that in this match, unfortunately, but clearly the right person went over. Chris Jericho does hit the code breaker. Bray Wyatt rolls out the ring. Bray then hits Sister Abigail into the barrier, then uppercuts him, rolls him in the ring, hits another Sister Abigail and gets the win. Bray was set to go. I was just saying, Bray was set to go over the pay-per-view to Jericho won at Battleground, but I felt this match was a little bit slow due to how slow-paced it was. Which, it was a little bit slow-paced, but, that's just my opinion. You didn't, so you would agree? You'd agree that it felt a bit slow, or are you going against what I'm saying?
No, I'd say I agree it felt a bit slow, but still, I really enjoyed it, though.
Just because it was slow match doesn't mean it was boring. I just felt it was a bit slow-paced, I thought that we was going to get non-stop adrenaline, especially if this was going to be I'm just assuming it's their last match, so, yeah. So, again, good one. So we'll move on from that one since we are a little bit pushing time a little bit here. So we move on to a match I thought we was going to get to the second to last pay-per-view, and we got Roman Reigns and Orton, and I did like that match, but I'm going to go into a bit of rant about Roman Reigns, and I'm probably just going to get hate for this, but well, not hate, but I'm probably going to get some dislike for this. Right, so we move into Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. Now, this match, I thought, actually held up a lot to what it was. I thought it was pretty good for what it was worth. And, of course, Stephanie McMahon coming out in phenomenal fucking attire.
Oh, yes.
I was like, oh, yes. I thought, okay, so she's just going to come out in a black tee and armbands like she did back out. No, she comes out in some fucking, what looks like bondage gear-like thing.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow. So I was kind of shocked that she come out, and I don't know if it was her idea to wear that or Triple H's, or maybe they were going to do two things that night. I don't really know. So she comes out in that. But he comes out. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't like a shit one. Steph dominates most of the match with some good moves. The crowd shouting, "You still got it." Yeah, because she did. Because she did do quite a lot of unpeculiar moves. A lot of things that you don't really see divas do, especially Stephanie McMahon. And I just thought they built it up really well. They brought Steffi and Brie up really well, with the slapping and the whole getting arrested thing and stuff, So, one thing I will say, so go back to Bray Wyatt and Jericho before I forget. I will agree a little bit with you with the build-up, that it wasn't as good as it could have been compared to Jericho and John Cena, when they had obviously all the kids with the sheep masks on. I suppose they could have been. I suppose the writer could have just been a little bit more better on that one, but there we go. So going back to this match, Brie comes back. Later, Stephanie is put in the yes lock. Obviously, the match is only lasts a few minutes until Triple H rescue runs down to try and save his wife. So does Nikki Bella to save her sister. Triple H ends up pulling out the referee from the ring to stop Stephanie tapping out. Brie hits a flying dropkick onto Triple H, which is hilarious. Does the yes chant over him, which again was hilarious. Nikki gets in the ring, Brie gets in the ring, so they've got Stephanie trapped like a rat. It's just like, right, we're going to make you pay now. And then boom, that's when it happened. Nikki Bella ends up hitting Brie Bella, and I was like, fucking saw that coming. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone said. Oh, you read it online. No, I didn't read it online. I just knew it was going to happen at some point, and I think it was a good thing finally to see Nikki Bella turn heel, breaking up the Bella twins a little bit. I don't know if this makes her an authority figure now. I don't know. I think she was just there, just to kind of siding with Stephanie just to show that she was right. So so Nikki Bella turns on Brie, whacks Brie, Stephanie hits the pedigree and gets the win. So we see Nikki Bella turn heel. So what did you think of that?
The match itself, again, I'm end up agreeing with you again because there's not much else I can say to it. Stephanie was actually had a hell of a ring presence to her and shit. And,
she really did, considering she's been out of the ring for what? She said 15 to 10 years, she was doing these really quite peculiar moves, things you wouldn't see a diva done, and she pulled them off really quite well, so...
the Nikki turn, I couldn't give a shit about, to be honest. It was just like...
Really?
Yeah, because my mate was going on about it all fucking day. It's like, Nikki's obviously going to turn. That's what's going to happen. And I was like...
Yeah.
All Dave's gone on about it. That's why he was saying we have to bet on Steph. And I was like, okay, that's fine. And then he's like, dude, called it. And I was like... I still don't give a shit.
It's like, dude, called it, fucking jawed him, and like, shut up.
Yeah, it's like, I still don't give a shit. It's the fucking Bellas.
I know.
As was proved the night after, on the opening segment of Raw. Let me tell you this. A couple of years ago, I had a circumcision. I had it done for medical reasons. The recovery period was the following 2 weeks. Let me tell you, it's... I'll try not to get too graphic, but let's just say stitches in a very sensitive area and a violent fear of getting an erection lest one of the stitches pop. And that did actually happen at one point. And let me tell you, and that was one of the most painful experiences of my life until I saw the Raw after SummerSlam opening segment with Nikki fucking Bella. Oh god, and Brie as well. It was just
Yeah,
I mean, it's not like these are new fucking. They've been with the company 5 years, 6 years? I don't fucking know. I know the earliest video I've seen them is like 2010. So it's this is like, how do you fucking be in it that long and not learn how to at least speak into a fucking microphone properly? What the fuck? It was just like, Nikki's like giving this stupid fucking reason why she turned on Brie. Like, seriously, think of the most retarded angle you can think of. Think of Eugene. I don't mean retarded in that sense. I just mean it's like, that's a really bad idea. But, But yeah. And then you just fucking... Nikki Bella, she says the reasons, and then like, there's dead air. And then like, Steph's like, I still guide her along. It's like... So, is that all, Nikki? It's like, oh no, well yes, and it's like, oh god, and then Brie comes out and then, says some stupid bullshit, and then Nikki slaps her and then she starts crying, and I'm just like, oh god, I could have just spent my time watching porn and masturbating. That would have been more productive.
Oh my god. And breathe. Oh my god, you sound like you've been wanting to pen that for a while. Oh my god. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Donnelly on Why I Hate the Bellas win. So I'm not sure if I pronounced your last name there right, but okay, I'm not really too sure if we should carry on with this match or move to the next one.
Let's just get going, because other than that, I really enjoyed Stephanie McMahon in this match.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, okay, despite what you've got to say, I will agree a little bit with you. The thing on Raw, the promo, it was a weak excuse. It wasn't really that great acting. It felt like Stephanie was like, come on, Brie. Come on, Nikki, who's a good Nikki? Like, Percy doing it for her, and stuff like that. It wasn't even like a good excuse. She didn't sell it very well. It was like, I'm always been better than you, and all that. It's just like, oh, for God's sake. This is why you don't give the Bella Twins microphones, okay? There's a reason why you don't give Lesnar, Brock, I can't really see his eyebrow. Lesnar, a microphone. You don't really give. I mean, come on. Look at in match with John Cena. Brock Lesnar, just eyebrows disappear. Let's, if you can, put a photo in now of Brock holding both the titles. You will not see. Look, see that photo. See, it probably won't be in there. But if it is, you'll see that he doesn't have any eyebrows. And wasn't it? We commented on that. My mate who was around watching it. He's not really a fan of wrestling. He said, "Oh, that man's got no eyebrows." But it was kind of funny. So I will admit, the promo Raw after was quite like that pain you endured, and maybe you had probably spent the time better off masturbating. But in my eyes, it's a little bit them turning heel was kind of good despite the reasoning. But I thought it was finally good. They split up the Bella Twins. I'm not going to sit back and say, oh yeah, the Bella Twins are the best thing to happen to the Divas division. Fuck no. The best thing to happen to the Divas division is Paige and AJ. That's what's the best thing, and a little bit of power. No, the Bella Twins are pretty awful. The fact they're even on Total Divas, they ain't any more awful than Eva Marie. I don't think you can really stoop that low, to be honest. I don't think there's any Divas really stoop that low. But I just thought, a little bit, I thought, okay, yeah, Nikki's finally turned heel. They're finally breaking up the Bella Twins after, few years when they first came in, and they were posing under the ring. I was just excited. It's about bloody time, that they finally did it. And, of course, they had to do something to put Stephanie over, because it was kind of clear to me that Brie wasn't really going to win, So, there we go. Anyway, moving on. Damn, man, that was a good rant. That really was a good rant. And I hope you're breathing like water right now. And I hope you've got an oxygen mask on hand, because by God, it sounds like you fucking needed it. So moving on, we had Roman Reigns. No, go on, sorry.
No, I say moving on. Yeah.
Yeah, moving on. We got to Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Now, we go from one rant to another rant, and we're going to have to kind of keep this quick because we are pushing for time. But fuck it, we'll go for time. It doesn't matter. You people will listen. If you've sat through this much of us listening, you're going to sit through to the end. So yeah, we go.
Yeah,
okay, Roman Reigns.
You will listen to us, you bastards. You will listen, and you will like it. Otherwise, I'll come and I'll tell you. I'll go telling on you. I'm going to get you. We'll get you done. We'll go telling you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll get Stephanie to we'll get the Bella Twins to do a 2-hour promo. Yeah, that'd be worse. We'll get Eva Marie to do a 2-hour promo of why she thinks she's a good wrestler. Yeah, it's that fucking serious. Yeah, it's that serious. so anyway, so we move on to. God, I'm laughing now. We move on to Roman Reigns and Randy Orton. Now, this was actually surprisingly a good match. I thought it was going to be bollocks, but it actually was quite a good match. Nothing really to the match, really. There was a few major spots, and then obviously, Thingy went over. Now, let me just say the two wrong things about this match, or the three one. One, it should have not been that high up on the card. Basically, it should have been before Stephanie. The Stephanie match should have been maybe second to last. Now, a lot of people out there are a fan of Roman Reigns, and I am as well. I've been supporting him since the Shield. He is a good wrestler before anyone thinks, oh, I hate him. But the man should be, he's being pushed really well right now, and I think WWE just need to slow it down a little bit, because the man is incapable of holding a proper moveset together. It feels to me like he's the John Cena at the minute. He's the 5 moves of doom. All he does is a powerful uppercut, the Superman punch, the spear, and that flying dropkick inside that. That's all he does really in a match. I mean, if there was a 6-man tag-up match, I think on SmackDown on Raw, I can't remember which one it was, and when Roman Reigns was tagged in, all he did was just these 5 moves, or these 6-5 moves. That's all he's doing. And I feel to me, if this is going to be a main event now, Roman Reigns, WWE, seriously, give Roman Reigns a better moveset. Give him a stronger technical moveset. Stop making him crush people with the punch and the spear, because it's just not going to win like that. That's what I personally think. They need to slow down with the push before Roman Reigns gets too basically bored on everyone, and he's just slowly a little bit and turning into John Cena. He's just doing 5 to 6 simple moves and getting the win just like that. And I don't want to see this happen to Roman Reigns. He's a very talented wrestler. All the Shield were, and he's now just going down Victory Road, and unfortunately there's a Snorlax in the way, and if he doesn't, if he can't Superman punch or suplex the Snorlax, then, he's not going to be able to do it. Stop laughing. So, no, I was talking to Michelle. So I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with me, and I'm probably going to have comments on this video, probably from people from around the country that believe that wrestling is real, saying, "Oh, Roman Reigns is the best thing since John Cena." Yes, he is good. Roman Reigns is a good wrestler, but for one, he's just becoming 5 moves of doom. He needs a stronger, better moveset. He's a natural and he needs the push is happening way too fast. That's why he was second to last match. I need to slow it down a little bit. Now that's rant over now for that one. Now the match itself of Orton was actually pretty good. I don't know about you, but I actually quite enjoyed it.
No, I enjoyed it too. But I can't really say more about it again than you said, because you've hit a nail on the head once again.
No, I mean, it did have some good moves. It did have some strong, solid moves. We had that Samoan drop. Oh yeah, Samoan drop is one of these other 5 moves of Doom as well. We had a full slam from the top rope. Orton catches him in the RKO from the Superman punch, which I thought was excellent done, to be honest. Thought that was done so well. Great work to Randy Orton there. Bravo to Randy because he did that so well. Reigns, Orton kicks out the Superman punch, Reigns goes for it again, but Orton hits RKO in midair. Reigns kicks out. So Reigns basically kicked out the RKO, which again, a little bit to me was, it added that adrenaline, like, oh my god, kick out of the finisher, but again, they're still putting over Orton, Reigns. There's not many people that have kicked out the RKO, and of course Roman Reigns now has to be one of these people, so, such a powerhouse. It's been such a powerhouse at this match. Orton couldn't believe it. So what he does, obviously, he decides, okay, you've kicked out Marco. He goes for the punt kick. He trips him up and spears him. I think Orton should have kicked out the spear, to be honest. But so Roman Reigns gets the victory. So how long was that match? I'm guessing that was
16 minutes.
16 minute, yeah. A lot of it was slowly brought down in the middle. Orton was obviously doing his usual, I'm a viper, I'm going to sliver with these slow kicks that are going to take like 2 minutes to actually hit the stomach, so which what it feels like, let alone the walk to the bloody ring, so it was a good match. It was a very good match. I would have easily given that match at least an 8 out of 10 because it was entertaining. I thought it was going to be slow and boring. It wasn't slow paced at all. It was full of powerhouse moves. Again, I do think Orton maybe should have come out the winner, not Roman Reigns, but WWE obviously clear that they're going to be pushing Roman Reigns to the top right now. I'm nothing against that. I just think maybe it should happen a little bit later than just now. So goes to the punt, spear, gets the ring, and it was a pretty damn good match. So right, okay, moving on.
Yep.
Unless you've got anything more to say about Roman Reigns.
I want to get on to this now. Lesnar versus Cena.
Okay. Alright, okay, well, so we got John Cena versus, John Cena versus John Lesnar. No, sorry, Brock Lesnar for the WWE title. So go on, say what you have to.
Let me just bring up my notes here. Let's see. Here's my notes. Well, I've basically got about 3 sentences. One of the sentences about John Cena. John Cena did about 2 moves. The other 2 sentences are basically how erect I am getting at Brock Lesnar beating the living shit out of Cena again and again and again and again. Oh my god, I'm nearly going to come. But that's just me though. I don't like John Cena.
Tells, mate.
No, but that's just saying you don't like John Cena on a fucking internet wrestling forum. It's like pissing in a sea of piss. You know what I mean? Nobody likes it.
Someone actually had a sign like saying blood, sweat, piss, and vomit. From what he said, which is quite funny. Yeah, go on. So.
Yeah, and the match built up rather well. And basically it starts and Lesnar's straight on the offensive, just knocking the shit out of Cena, and he looked pretty stiff at it as well. It did look like he was proper trying to twat him one as well, which is really cool.
Yeah, I think it did look like that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and then that happened for about 5 minutes, then Cena got a move in, did he do the attitude adjustment? He did something, he got Brock down for about a minute, and then got him into the STFU.
Yeah.
And then
he did actually FU him. He did actually attitude adjustment him as well, and then he kicked out.
Yeah, and then at one point he got him into an STFU. And me and Mary was just like, oh great, here we go. Overcomes the odds, and then we were just like, what the fuck? Lesnar breaks out of it, and then delivers not in one go, but over the match. Basically, that's it. Cena's 2 offenses. The rest of it is Lesnar suplex, repeat. Suplex, repeat. Suplex, repeat. And it was just, and they were just such brilliant fucking suplexes. They just looked like they hurt like fuck.
They generally look like some of them lands on the back of his neck. And I've actually got my Facebook photo of this where has the count from centuries ago. 16 suplexes. It's brilliant. If you can somehow put that in right now, show a photo of that 16 suplexes. If anyone listening has not seen that, it's fine. Yeah, so he did doing 16 suplexes. It's just like, what the fuck? There you go.
And then That's it. I can't remember much of the match because I just remember Cena's 2 little offenses, and the rest of the match was just blind violence by Lesnar.
Yeah,
It's just like, I mean, it's just because I didn't even realise how many suplexes he'd actually done to him until like the following day when everyone was pointing out he did 16 fucking suplexes.
Yeah,
It's like,
I think.
oh, shit.
Well, to be fair, during the end of the match, I think Marco did say Lesnar did a total of 16 suplexes when he won. I don't know if you heard that. You obviously didn't hear it, but yeah, Marco Cole did say how many suplexes he had done. Because then Stephanie, I think, said on Raw, yeah, basically.
I probably didn't hear Cole because I was just too busy, like, fucking celebrating, like, yes!
Yes,
yeah.
yes,
To be fair, I don't like Lesnar a whole lot.
No, I don't like him.
I like the character, the monster heel and shit, but I never liked him overly as a wrestler. Although he did put on a pretty amazing main event at WrestleMania 19. But the thing is, because if anyone listens to previous podcasts, you hear me fucking rant on about fucking, Cena wins, lol, and, I think it was just, so fed up with, WWE shoving it down our throats. Again, this is an opinion shared by so many people, so I'm going to sound like an asshole for saying it again. But there you go. And then Lesnar comes along and beats the holy fuck out of him, and it was just like, that's how badly, the WWE is shoving John Cena down our throats, that I want Lesnar as an alternative. It's just like...
Well, there is kind of a reason why Lesnar kind of did what he did, and I'm going to actually explain. I'm going to actually try and explain that now at the minute. So, hang on 2 seconds. So I'll agree with most of what you said. Probably about the erection and the jizz everywhere. But yeah, I mean, you are right. They've obviously shoved Lesnar, and of course, John did beat him in the Extreme Rules match in 2012, I think it was. Obviously, I'm not sure if you were watching back then. I don't think you was, but there wasn't.
I have watched it on the WWE Network for only $9.99.
Only $9.99. Hear that, people? $9.99. You can watch that match. And you can watch the SummerSlam again, obviously on the network for $9.99. But yeah, obviously, it was a pretty brutalist match, and obviously, Cena still went over. So, now, here's why Brock Lesnar won. One, the rumours is apparently John Cena's gone off to film a movie. Apparently he's going to play in a comedy movie, and he's becoming a heel in the movie, apparently. That's one of the reports. So obviously, Cena can't be champion. I'm sorry to burst your bubble, everyone thinking, yeah, Brock actually beat John Cena. Chances are, if Cena wasn't going off to film a movie, he probably would have lost. So, unfortunately, you have to look at it like that. 2, Brock openly dominating on John Cena. And why was that great? Well, that was great because this is what Brock Lesnar is. Brock Lesnar is the beast incarnate. He's not there to wrestle. He's not there to, he's not there to be a Chris Benoit, Mr. Technical. Oh my God, I've used the wrong thing for that. He's not there to be an Eddie Guerrero. He's not there to be a technical wrestler. He's there to fight. Brutally just murder people. That's what his gimmick is. So most people were saying, oh yeah, well, Brock Lesnar didn't, all he did was throw him around and beat him up. Yeah, because that's what he's supposed to do. That's what Brock Lesnar is. He's the beast incarnate. He's not a wrestler. He's there just to kick his ass. And that's what I loved about this match. That's all he did, was basically throw around John Cena, brutally punch him. He just didn't do anything really. I mean, what was it? Literally, there was 6 seconds into the match, and he F5'd him. He literally hit an F5 6 seconds into the match. It's just like, okay, wow. That may be a little bit stupid on that account, but yeah, I think he hit another one during it as well. But yeah, so yeah, you're right. John Cena had no advantage. His script pretty much was that night was basically just get beaten the fuck out of, hit an FU and hit an attitude adjustment. STF. Yeah, but that's what it is. That's what it is. And now WWE now have this strong, brutal monster of a champion that is Brock Lesnar. Now, who is going to step up to the plate for Brock Lesnar? Who is now going to take this belt? Is Seth Rollins now going to cash in Money in the Bank with Brock Lesnar as a champion? Is he dare going to do that? Probably not, no. Who is going to take this belt away from Brock Lesnar? And that's what I like. I'm not a huge fan of Brock Lesnar. Like him personally, I think the guy's a bit of a cunt. He's only back for the money, personally. That's all he's ever really cared about, I think he should take some of that money and have some eyebrow surgery put in, But, again, let's have the photo. It probably won't be there, but, it's just funny. But yeah, Brock Lesnar went into that match and just brutalised him. And it was better. It was better then because it wasn't just Extreme Rules. Everyone thought, oh, it was Extreme Rules. Obviously, Brock Lesnar did it because it's Extreme Rules. No, he didn't. Brock Lesnar did it because he's supposed to be a monster. He's not there to wrestle. He's there to kick ass and take names. I'm probably not even sure he could probably write names with a bit of paper because it's Brock Lesnar, but there we go. So he beat John Cena. He demanded it. He's a new WWE World Champion, and I think, in my eyes, that was good. That wasn't, in my eyes, I'm not a huge Cena fan either, but, you know, I'll give credit where credit's due. He isn't the worst thing to step into the ring. I respect John Cena, you know, a lot of the work he does for the Make-A-Wish Foundation, you know, and all that, you know, he could say no. Of course, I know I'm not going to say he has the best gimmick. He has a pretty lame, boring gimmick. He wins all the time. He's the head of the company. No one's ever going to be it. He doesn't really do a lot of moves. He knows that, and he goes on Raw and comments it. He knows he's the 5 moves of doom. He obviously reads the feedback that people say about it. He said it one time. He said a little heel turn. What did he do? He turned his foot. You know, so, and he can be quite good on the microphone at some point. I think he can be, but you know. So there we go. Brock Lesnar beat down John Cena. He did exactly what he did do, and it's good to see Brock finally getting something. I mean, he did beat the streak. He has been back for quite a while now. So yeah, question is now, who's going to take this title off Brock Lesnar? Who is going to do it? It was a good match. Regardless, it was a brilliant match. It was exactly the way it should have been. And not just because John Cena got his ass kicked and what everyone said, oh, it was a brilliant match because John Cena got his ass kicked. Okay, yes, it was for that, but also how it worked out, how it went. All Brock Lesnar was there to do was to kick ass and take names, and I think he did that. So, I might as well mention as well, the Raw afterwards, they previewed a new belt as well. The new belt, because now, after SummerSlam, the WWE logo is now the new logo. We've got a new logo now, and I actually forgot about that. So we now have a new title. It's now back down to one title again, with the new logo. So yeah. I also, while we're talking about Brock Lesnar, I'm going to mention this. Have you seen Paul Heyman's new DVD?
I have not, sir, no, but I know you've been going on about it. Quite a few people have as well. It's supposed to be really good.
Supposed to be really good. It is fucking really good. Now, I would recommend if you're going to buy it, or you're going to download it, because everyone fucking downloads now does anyway, make sure you buy it or get the Blu-ray version.
No, we only buy our DVDs on this podcast. Yes, wink, wink. Shut up.
Yes, yeah.
Shut up, Raven. Just carry on.
No, I'll say I said if you. Most people download things anyway nowadays, but whatever.
No, it's a 3-disc set, isn't it? It'd be too hard to download. I think it's plus. If it's as good as everyone says it is, I'll gladly buy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, get the Blu-ray, man. Just, if you can't afford the Blu-ray, get the DVD, but get the Blu-ray at some point, because it does have a lot of extra features on there, a lot of uncut interviews and stuff, which is worth checking out. It really is. I know the Blu-rays are quite high in price. I think I paid £25 for mine on the day release, but it was sold out pretty much everywhere. But I thought I might as well mention this, because if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't seen Paul Heyman and you want to see it, recommend buy the Blu-ray. It is a very good fucking Blu-ray, and again I just hiccuped and kind of mini threw up at the same time, so that was horrible. So that was SummerSlam 2014, and I'm going to give it a nice Mac 9.5 out of 10 for that. Oh, a 9 out of 10 I think I gave it. So what would you rate it?
I'll give it an F5 out of 10.
F5 out of 10. And if we're not giving it wrestling moves out of 10, what would you give it?
Bottle cap out of 10. Sorry, I'm just looking at random things in my room at the minute, so yeah. No, I'll be serious. I'll probably just give it a straight 9 out of 10.
Straight 9, yeah, same. Yeah, I'll probably give it a straight 9 because
it's been the second best pay-per-view of the year. WrestleMania being one of them, and unfortunately, the rest of them have been like kind of crap, haven't they? You know, it's
the rest of them,
and SummerSlam have been really just purely enjoyable, and the rest of them.
Well, yeah, I mean. Yeah, WrestleMania and SummerSlam obviously are their strongest pay-per-views of the years. But yeah, they have been quite mediocre. This one was good. It was filled with a lot of strong storylines, a lot of excitement. We had 3 titles change hands. Next podcast we're going to meet you is at Night of Champions. We'll see you all back there at Night of Champions, which I think nothing really is going to be protected probably is going to happen. All are probably going to retain the titles. One match has been announced already. We've already got John Cena cashing his rematch. So again, we probably may or may not get to see the same repeat at SummerSlam.
I hope so.
We might do. The build-up might be a lot better, you know. So I don't know what's going on. WWE are clearly playing this out well. Whether you like John Cena, whether you hate John Cena, whether you hate Brock Lesnar, I think WWE are playing the whole story out well, regardless if you're John Cena or if you don't like any of them, really. So, but I can't see any chance changing forward. back to WrestleMania. Yeah, I'll agree. It was good WrestleMania. I can't remember a few of the matches now, but only because I'm tired. The only thing bad about WrestleMania is obviously the streak being defeated, which is one thing obviously I didn't like. But obviously I think to this day,
but was still rather shocking nonetheless.
It was still shocking. It's still shocking to think about nowadays. I don't think I've watched WrestleMania back since then because I don't have. It was 30. Was it WrestleMania 30?
Yeah.
It was 30, wasn't it? Yeah, 30. Haven't got that on Blu-ray or DVD yet, so I've yet to watch that WrestleMania back. But when I do, obviously, I will obviously be like, oh yeah, shit, that happened, didn't it? Yeah. So anyway, so this has been us talking about WWE SummerSlam 2014. It was a great pay-per-view. I like to think the next few pay-per-views are going to be like that, but they're probably not, unfortunately. Are you going to be putting any more bets down for Night Champions?
No. I just figured it was SummerSlam. It's the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. I thought it's worth putting the bet down for it because anything else is probably it's just dicking around really. Isn't it?
Yeah.
And also, I'm not going to be watching them live anymore because if last year ones to go by. And plus, last few pay-per-views, I'm staying up all night from my fucking sleep cycle's been fucked, for days and weeks after. So I figure they're not going to be too great, and I'll watch them the day after. And if they are great, there you go. I'm an asshole for saying it in the first place.
No, you're not really an arsehole. It's opinion. There's Raw on tonight. You're obviously probably not staying up for Raw, but I mean, I probably will be. Just be the first Raw with what's live in this house. I mean, obviously we've had 2 Raws since then, but obviously we just couldn't be arguing to bed and watch it the day after we recorded it. So yeah, it does get. Pay-per-views are worth staying up sometimes, but watching Raw sometimes is a bit tedious because they have like a break nearly enough every 20 seconds, and then it's just it makes you feel knackered, and it's just not really worth it half the time. So best my opinion. So we thoroughly enjoyed SummerSlam. We enjoyed it. I know Michelle enjoyed it. So leave comments what you thought about it. What would you give it out of 10? We both give it 9, and I thought it was something good. I'm sure there's someone out there that probably give it lower than that, but I don't see how. A great solid card with great matches, great working. There's nothing really bad to say about it, really. I mean, well, obviously we did say some bad things, but no, literally nothing to say about it. And if you listen to this and he didn't put the photos in when I wanted the photo in the block when I wanted it to, then obviously.
Shouldn't have said it now, because now the editing process will take a lot longer, Raven.
I know.
You prick.
You bastard. Anyway, so we'll see you all again at Night of Champions. Tune in then. Again, there won't be any Raw build-ups for SmackDown. That won't happen until Hell in a Cell, until I've got my internet properly and my computer properly set up. Because I've actually done it this week on a laptop, on Michelle's laptop. So yeah.
Oh, that explains why I can hear you typing every other 10 minutes.
Oh, you can hear that? You can hear that?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't know that. Fuck.
Going down, boy.
I suppose that's down over the laptop. Anyway, so thank you. If you've listened over to this hour of us and you've enjoyed it, please like it, comment or whatever, we'll see you again at Night of Champions, so take care till then.
Take care, and bye-bye. Yeah.